Hello everyone, it's a Super Smash Brother here. So today I'm going to do something a little different here. Today I'm going to talk about the beta of Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion is one of my favorite games of all time. It was released back in 2001 for the GameCube. Now I'm currently recording this from the cutting room floor, so if you want to check this site out yourself, you can. Just type in Luigi's Mansion tcrf.net and it'll take you right to it. So, now, this game changed a lot through its development, and I love going. I'm more behind the scenes kind of guy. I just like to know how something is made instead of how the final release is. So, as you can see here, it was released in Japan September 14th, 2001, in the US November 18th, 2001, Europe and Australia in 2002 in May. This game has unused animations, unused areas, hidden developer credits, hidden development related text, unused graphics, models, music, sounds, text, debugging material, and regional differences. It also has a pre release article. Might check it out maybe. So I'll keep going down. Luigi's Mansion is one of the launch titles for the GameCube after foolishly believing that he's won his own mansion from a contest he never entered. Luigi arrives to find that Mario has already been taken aside. Now it's up to Luigi to find and pull Mario out of this mess, while the ghosts who might try to scare him. Unfortunately, his only line of defense is a vacuum cleaner. Now, after going online, I'm just start with the debug material. So, you can check out Beta 64's video here because he talks about the debug menu, but here are the actual replay codes for it. Zoom in so you can see that more. So yeah, it's basically just debug material. Here's something. Early mansion image. An early design of the mansion can be seen in the background image used on the title screen. In the cutscene played at the beginning of the game, chimneys can be seen on the top of the mansion. They are not present on the title screen's background. This implies that the title screen was created before the mansion design was finalized. So as you can see, there's no chimneys, but on the final version, there are chimneys. So we have unused animation. So there's an unused choking slash poison animation. So this animation would be played, well, probably because if what probably originally is going to happen is if Luigi swallowed a poison mushroom in the game, then this animation would play instead of being shrunk down. But this animation was used for him being grabbed by grabber ghosts. As you see, he has a uh, depressed eyes, which are also unused in the game. So there's two things that were unused here. Here's the debug material and B Mario animations. I forgot what these are for. Uh, I think it's probably for like a scrapped multiplayer function in the original that wouldn't return into Dark Moon on the 3DS. So it's also some deleted animations. These only seem to have file names and do not work. Rear sadness, squat, look up. No. We got EGAD's lab oddities. Now, in the final game, it is impossible to walk around EGAD's lab without an action replay code. So basically, because in the lab there's a door and there's a ladder. If you go up the ladder, it won't take you anywhere. And if you go up the and you also find there's a room here. I guess I'll play this video so you can see it. So as you see, there's a door there. as you can see, there's not a whole lot here. It's uninteractable stuff here. It was never properly used to like walk around. Hopefully, we'll show it. And there's that ladder. So let's see. If you go up this ladder here, this will not take you anywhere. You know, the map still shows it. Yeah. Says you can see, there's really not much here. Yeah. So that's that. So moving on. Uh, always able to move. Okay. Map modifiers. Yeah. So I guess this shows here that in the attic in Area 4, there is a way to turn on the lights with an action replay code, hinting that after defeat through losses, there was a way to turn on the lights, but that's not possible without an action replay code. Key over the parlor. If the key to the parlor is taken up, possession of a game of horror key icon on the door. The key. Oh yeah, that. And collision mesh. Not 9. The arena, the mansion through for Luigi Bowser's King Boom Bowser has an unused collision mesh floating far above the ground, out of reach. It appears to follow the outline of the two chimneys and the elevator room, such that it was a barrier to keep things from going out of bounds. The reason it was dumped out is unclear. So I guess if you take in consideration, there's this barrier that's high above the actual battleground of the final battle. And it lines up with the roof here. But there's no way to interact with this since it's far above the ground. Here's just dolphin dates. Interesting. It's also invisible furniture. Here's something interesting. On the wall there, on the wall where the camera is in the twins room, there's an invisible poster that Luigi can interact with by pressing A. It acts as a furniture by default. Its Game Hoarder scan box appears to be associated in the same position with the object. The scan box is the same size as a scan box for the posters. Nothing happens when scanned. Let's see the roof. In the door frame of the roof, there's an invisible furniture that also can be interacted with. Its scan box also appears to be small box, which scan by defaults to only the first line Luigi that says on the furniture. No, yeah, that's in front of the elevator. They can walk through. Unused skeleton ghost path. No picture for that. Here we go. Spinning coin. See, in every map, there's a coin floating far away from the room's bounds. It is believed that the coin was once in use in the E3 2001 build coin counter, as is rotating animation practically identical to one coin was seen trick used in 2001 build. It has no collision or triggers. There's nothing to interact with. So I guess we'll watch this and see what it's all about. I kind of understand what's going on here. Okay, right here it's showing that you can go out of bounds. This actually is a root of a any percent glitch that makes you beat the game in about 15 minutes. Is that it? Ah, there's the coin. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, also, a poster that belongs in Melody's conservatory room. And shout out to She Says and Boundary Break for something like this. I really like his videos. Yeah. So there's a coin there. So what's interesting here is that in beta, coins actually spin around in the beta. So I guess for some reason this coin was never implemented to like actually have like realistic physics to it. It's just always spinning. But now let's look at the unused graphics. So here we got Luigi's hand. Now this is used when Luigi unlocks a door for the first time. So that's the thing. It's also the unused Game Boy clock. So here it has lots of renders of it. The AM symbol for the clock and a border, which is actually animated. It's one of the few things that's animated on the Game Boy Horror. Let's see. Yeah. So it says here, if any time basically the clock reaches a certain point, then it'll just reset to 0. So it does nothing. Also some early ghost designs. Obeg01 and Zerobeg02. It's left over in the game's files. Here we go. Dialogue icons. Now, as you can see here, we got Bowser, a green toad, orange, a gold ghost, and Mario's head. Bowser, I guess, has unused lines of text hinting that he was able to talk at one point. We have a green toad, but there's no green toad anywhere in the game. But there is a way to actually implement this to where green toads can replace the regular red toads in the game as save points. Then we have the gold ghosts actually some point where ghosts are able to talk. And then we have Mario's head, which I don't know why they took this out, as Mario clearly speaks in the game, but is unused. And then we have the interesting one. We got Daisy from Mario Power Tennis. No, Mario Tennis from N64, not Power Tennis. Let's see, it's poorly cropped. And this was for a test image for the postage you can suck up with the poltergust. As Daisy is nowhere in the game. It also has a name called test.bit. So yeah, here's the depressed eyes I was talking about earlier. This unused eye texture. Ending graphics. So here's the ending graphics. This is the bad rank you would get if you took too much time or didn't have enough money. They're replaced with different mansions. So they have the bad rank, the good rank, and the great rank. And here we have some unused text to and a present from the doctor. Don't know where this was used for. So you have a creepy hand texture. This was actually recently found, by the way. I think it was found like earlier this year. They have a GameCube texture. They have unused Game of Horror. We got boot texture and a key texture. An underground lab was used for the underground lab where you have the portrait room and Egad's lab, which is never seen. From the beginning, and the skip intro was unfortunately deleted. So that's all the unused graphics. So now we go on to my favorites, unused models. Now this game has a lot of unused models in this game. Yeah, because I also can see the fact how basically some of these early launch games, how much they've changed until the end of the game. Like Luigi's Mansion changed a lot. Super Mario Sunshine, Pikmin, Super Mario 64, Metroid Prime, all these games like really lengthy and changed developments that ultimately ended up. So they have like a primitive icicle. Also supposed to be for you are battling a Sir Weston, and there's icicles in the room that's just unused. You have a very odd looking door. Oh yeah. It also reminds me of the also unused door animation Super Mario Sunshine. Maybe I'll cover that in another video. So we have unused doors. This heart door is being was used for Chauncey, so it's also taken out. You have a star door, it's made for the twins room. And then we have this gallery door, which is nowhere in the game, but can be used as a component any door in the game. Here's one of my favorites, L. Now L definitely is one the more interesting models in the game, as L was created after the E3 2001 build of the game, but he was unused. As you see, he has no textures, and there are no textures associated with this model, but also has 6 animations with fire and ice elements too. Here's an early Bogmire model, and here's the B Mario. Here's what I'm talking about. This is what, as you can see, the models here are stretched to match Luigi's proportions, meaning that it was planned to have a unused multiplayer function. Now, I actually seen videos on YouTube where they actually replaced the Luigi model with the Mario model and had call it Mario's Mansion. This is the unused B Mario. See, the hands and arms are the same, but here's the regular Mario model, which is obviously shorter and has his own arm lengths and hand models. Yeah. As you can see, the unused Mario model is much taller than this Mario model. Next is a tomato. Now this tomato is actually replaced with the bowling ball by the bowling ghost. As you can see, there's a unused portrait ghost there, never seen, but has the tomato in hand. Here's a unknown flag model, has its own waving animation, it's unknown purpose. Early poltergust model was usually called the poltergust 400. And here's water nozzle and fire nozzles, which you actually can put in with an action replay, and it replaces the animation for water and fire, which also used in the E3 demo. We got balls, which almost serve no purpose. They almost look like ghosts until they're replaced. And then we have this Luigi model, this Matyoshka doll. Now this doll is actually in some SMG4 videos. So if you check SMG4's video of Mario waits for pizza, you actually can see this model in that video. Yeah, here's the unused color variations. Here's that green toad, which can be replaced with the red toad. Here we got Shy Guys. Yeah, light blue, cyan, and blue Shy Guys. Then we got Mice. This is like a light pink mouse that was replaced. And here we go, Henry and Orville. Different colored shirts. I don't know what that one's all about. Here's something. This is an unused version of EGAT's lab main room. Okay, these are like early versions of the lab room. Do we have a gold table, which I think was in Neville's room. And then we have a ground stage, which isn't exactly unused. It's as you can see, it's all the way down there. So it's not exactly unused, but when you go down to that area, it's not there. It's only there for that way. Here's a billiards room love seat that was in the billiards room with a slim bank shot and a phonograph. An unused Area 3 upper hallway. And Chauncey originally had a mobile, but that was obviously never used. Another guest room lamp. And this vase also appears in the beta, but was taken out. It also is repurposed in a Super Smash Brothers on the Luigi's Mansion stage. A study ladder. Early medicine cabinet. Some test rooms. Yeah. Now, one of the most other interesting one, unused audio. I don't know if it's working or not. We'll see if it can work. I won't be here long because this video is kind of running on the long end. See a drum beat. I think this will work. Yeah, it's a nice jingle of Super Mario Brothers theme. I'll probably come back to that in a later video because that'll take a long time to do. Here we go. Unused areas. I'm gonna skip the regional difference. Now, there's lots. There's a test room here. Is there screenshots? Okay, I'll just talk about it now. I'll go through this video and talk about it. As you can see in this video, yeah. So in this test room, you see there's fire, Mario's portrait, and a King Boo model. Now, interacting with almost any of these stuff will make the game crash. If you interact with Shivers, the game crashes. Interact with King Boo crashes. But you can interact with the fire. This here the sound effect right there. That's the what's his name? One of the Rolindas are in that room too. Because this video is coming along and I want to end this off. I'll probably come back to this in a later video. Yeah. So that's it for now. So this is Super Smash Brother signing out.